All right, buddy, it's good that you're here. If you're a man with experience, one of those who already have gray hair, and you've ever caught yourself thinking about something very personal, something you maybe don't talk about much with your friends at the sports bar or even after a backyard barbecue at home, then this video is for you, brother. Have you ever wondered if those personal, intimate practices, that moment alone with yourself, are still good for you after 50, 60, or even more years? Or maybe in those silent moments when everyone at home is asleep and it's just you with your thoughts. You've worried, thinking, am I harming myself without knowing it? Is this something for men my age? If that thought has ever crossed your mind, I want you to know something right away, friend. You are not alone at all. In fact, this is one of the most common concerns, although rarely said out loud among American men as we age. Let's be honest. In the United States, these topics have been full of confusion, of myths, of outdated ideas inherited from our grandfathers who used to say that it dries out your brain or weakens you, and above all, of a great lack of clear and true information. I am the doctor, your friend, and with more than 20 years specializing in men's health here in the United States, I have heard these questions thousands of times in my office, whispered almost like a confession. And precisely for that reason, we are having this very important conversation today, because it's time to speak with truth, with science in hand, and without holding anything back. You see, when looking closely at all the most recent scientific facts, it's easy to understand why there's so much doubt among us Americans. International studies show that although the majority of men over 60 years old continue to have private habits of self-stimulation, many do so blindly, without really knowing what it means for their hormones, for that very important gland, which is the prostate, or even how it can affect the relationship with their wife. It's like trying to take care of a vital part of your health with your eyes closed, without the proper guidance that every American deserves to have. But that ends today, buddy. That's why, right now, we are going to have an honest conversation based on real facts, with the same respect and trust you'd have with me if you were sitting here in my office. I'm not going to tell you only what you want to hear, but what medical science really says, adapted to our reality as American men who value family, work, and of course, health so much. Together, we're going to discover 10 surprising, scientifically proven benefits of self-stimulation as you age. And then, and this is very important, we'll talk about the possible risks and precautions you must absolutely know to make sure that what you're doing is truly healthy and good for you. Believe me, you'll want to stay until the end, because understanding this deeply could improve your health and well-being for many years, allowing you to fully enjoy your grandchildren, your partner, and this golden stage of life with all the vitality you deserve. So now, let's get into the subject with the 10 benefits you probably didn't expect, all backed by modern medicine. Let's start with the good news, shall we? Because there are many. And as good Americans, it's always good to start with the positive. The first big benefit is that self-stimulation keeps your reproductive system healthy and in shape. Think of it this way, brother. When you have an erection, it's like natural exercise for your entire male reproductive system. This process makes more blood flow into those soft tissues inside, the so-called cavernous bodies. Imagine them like sponges that fill with blood. If they're not used, over time, they can become stiff and less efficient. This regular training helps keep the tissue elastic, flexible, and healthy, which, as you know well, is key to achieving and maintaining firm erections as the years pass. It's nothing more than keeping everything in good working order so it doesn't atrophy, stiffen, or lose sensitivity. It's a simple and private way to care for a vital part of your body, just like you take care of your heart by going for a walk or your muscles by carrying the grocery bags. Now, the second benefit, and I want you to pay close attention here, is that it greatly helps your male gland, your prostate. And this is a major finding from Harvard University that every American man must know. This is a total game changer and something every older man needs to know. Several important studies, including a very famous and respected one from Harvard that followed thousands of men for years, found a surprising connection. The physiological process of release, that is, ejaculation more frequently, is associated with a much lower probability of developing prostate cancer. Yes, you heard that perfectly well, buddy. A lower probability. In the United States, where prostate cancer is one of the leading causes of cancer death in men, this information is pure gold. The main theory is that regular release helps to cleanse the prostate, removing substances and fluids that could accumulate in its ducts and over time might contribute to the development of cancerous cells. It's like doing preventive maintenance on the pipes in your house, something we Americans understand very well. If you don't let the water run, it stagnates and spoils. The same happens here. This practice keeps the ducts clean and working properly. It's a surprisingly simple and natural way to protect yourself. And this is vital information that unfortunately many doctors in busy primary care clinics or hospital systems don't openly discuss with their patients, sometimes because of lack of time, sometimes for cultural reasons. Let's move on to the third benefit. It strengthens your pelvic floor, your internal support. Maybe you never think about it, brother, but those rhythmic contraction movements that occur during the release process actually exercise a very important group of muscles known as the pelvic floor. And why the heck does this matter? Because having these muscles strong is fundamental for several things: achieving more powerful erections, controlling the moment of release, and something that worries many older men: avoiding those annoying urine leaks or dribbling after urinating. This is a fairly common problem among American men, especially after 55, and many are embarrassed to talk about it. Think of these muscles as the hidden foundation of your body, like the beams of a well-built house. Exercising them regularly through this practice helps keep that support system strong, firm, and reliable. This is especially important for us who have worked hard all our lives and now want to enjoy our golden years without worries or embarrassing accidents. The fourth benefit is a balm for the soul. It reduces the stress hormone, the famous cortisol. In today's fast-paced world, even after retiring from public service or from that company where you spent so many years, managing stress remains key to staying healthy. And especially here in the United States, where worries about family, children, and finances never end. Well, here you have an incredible benefit that comes, so to speak, included in the package. Studies have clearly shown that the release process produces a large drop in cortisol levels in the blood. Cortisol, as you may already know if you've seen the doctor for high blood pressure, is our main stress hormone. When it is chronically elevated, it wreaks havoc. It raises blood pressure, weakens the immune system, and makes you feel anxious. Having less cortisol in your system not only relaxes you, but also helps control blood pressure and reduce anxiety, making this personal, intimate practice a completely natural and free way to care for your heart and your mind. It's a natural stress reliever, more powerful and ready to use whenever you need it. And I assure you, it's much better than any herbal tea your wife lovingly prepares for you. If this information already seems valuable to you and is opening your eyes to a new perspective on your health, don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Give me a like below so I know we're on the right track. And more importantly, subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss a single health tip designed for you. For today's American man who wants to live longer and better. Let's continue. The fifth benefit is that it releases a cocktail of feel-good chemicals, becoming your natural mood booster. Have you ever felt that deep calm, that sense of well-being and total relaxation after the release process? It's not your imagination. That's your brain receiving a generous dose of powerful chemicals that make you feel good. We're talking about dopamine, the neurotransmitter of pleasure and motivation, and oxytocin, known as the bonding or hugging hormone that generates feelings of connection and trust. This natural mood boost gives you a strong sense of relaxation, emotional connection with yourself, and overall well-being. For many older American men, this is especially valuable. Whether you're adjusting to life after retirement from a factory in Ohio, wrapping up a long career in government service in Washington, D.C., or living through the quieter days of an empty nest in California, that boost of positive brain chemistry can feel like a true gift. It is a natural way to protect your mental health during a stage of life where anxiety and loneliness sometimes sneak in. The sixth benefit is often overlooked but incredibly powerful. It helps you detect health problems in time. Think about it. When you practice self-stimulation regularly, you become intimately familiar with your own body. You learn the texture, the shape, the size of your genitals. This personal and private checkup is one of the best ways men can detect early signs of serious problems, such as testicular cancer, by noticing any lump or unusual change. You may also notice differences in sensitivity, circulation, or function that could indicate diabetes, hormonal changes, or even vascular issues. It's about giving yourself the power to be the first to notice when something isn't right. This is vitally important in the US, where statistics show that men tend to visit the doctor far less than women, often delaying until the problem is advanced. Think of the story of Mr. Robert, a 67-year-old retired school teacher from Texas. During one of his regular private check-ins, he noticed a small but firm lump. Embarrassed, he hesitated, but he remembered a health talk where this exact issue was mentioned. He went to his urologist in Houston, and it turned out to be early-stage testicular cancer, completely curable thanks to timely detection. If he had waited, his outcome would have been very different. This illustrates why awareness and routine self-checks are such powerful tools. The seventh benefit is a blessing that many men in America desperately need. It improves your sleep, opening the way to more restorative nights. Sleep disorders are common among older adults, especially in the US, where stress, long careers, and sometimes poor diet or over-reliance on caffeine keep people tossing and turning. After the release process, the body not only reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, but also releases oxytocin and prolactin. Together, these hormones generate a natural wave of calm and drowsiness, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. Instead of reaching for sleeping pills that may cause dependency or relying on late-night television to bore yourself into slumber, this natural approach gives you what your body truly craves: deep, restorative sleep. It's better than any herbal tea or over-the-counter remedy. And the best part is that it comes without negative side effects. The eighth benefit is that it helps you control release and master your body. For American men who sometimes face the challenge of releasing too quickly during intimacy with their spouse, self-stimulation becomes a safe training ground. It's a private, judgment-free place to practice techniques like the stop-start method or the squeeze method. By experimenting and observing your body's signals, you gain better mastery of your reflexes. This control doesn't stay in isolation. It translates directly to marital intimacy. Imagine being able to last longer, enjoy the moment more, and bring your partner greater satisfaction. For couples in their 60s or 70s, this can revive passion and emotional closeness in the marriage. A man in Florida once told me, "Doctor, after practicing alone, my wife and I feel like we're newlyweds again." That kind of renewed bond is priceless. The ninth benefit is fundamental. It keeps your libido and the brain's pathways of desire active. Never forget that your brain is the biggest sexual organ. Every time you engage in fantasy and personal touch, you keep the neural circuits of desire alive. It's like keeping a walking trail open in the countryside. If you walk it often, it stays clear. If you abandon it, weeds cover it and the path disappears. This practice keeps your desire sharp, even if you go through periods without intimacy, whether due to illness, distance, or caregiving responsibilities. Many older American men care for an ill spouse or live apart from their partners for stretches of time. Keeping the mental muscles of desire active ensures that when the opportunity for intimacy returns, both your body and your mind are ready. The 10th benefit is one that most men don't realize, but is especially crucial in the United States, where heart disease remains the #1 killer. It contributes to overall cardiovascular health. During the process of release, your heart rate rises, your breathing deepens, and your blood flow increases throughout the body. It's not the same as a gym workout, but it's a mild cardiovascular exercise similar to brisk walking or climbing stairs. This regular boost in circulation can support healthier arteries and a stronger heart. Combined with an American diet rich in heart-friendly foods, oatmeal, salmon, berries, nuts, it becomes a valuable complement to a healthy lifestyle. It's not a replacement for walking the dog in the park or going to the gym, but it's a natural bonus. Now that we've seen all the good, it's time for balance. Before moving on to the risks and precautions, I want to pause here and say, if you think this knowledge could help a brother, a cousin, or a close friend, share it. In America, silence about men's health issues has cost too many lives. Talking openly is one of the best ways we can protect one another. But remember, a truly healthy practice is not just about benefits, it's about being conscious, informed, and balanced. That's why we must now discuss the risks and considerations. Ignoring them could undo everything we've talked about. And as your doctor, your friend here in the United States, my responsibility is to give you the full truth without sugarcoating it.